Okay, here's a quick video on the Vamo again. This one's going to be a little bit more in depth. So far, I've had it for one day. I've been very satisfied with it. I smoke around 4.5 to 5 volts. Haven't tried wattage, haven't seen a need to. If you notice, mine has a miner right there. They kind of cut it wrong. And that's about the only thing physically looking with it that's wrong with it. What I have noticed is that the power button, the on button, when you hold it to take your drags, 1 out of every 50 to 100 hits won't work at all. It just doesn't do anything. You almost got to wiggle your finger to get it to go. And that's with the brand new Vamo. But I think I might be pushing it wrong. I think it might not be catching just right. So that's not too big a deal. 1 out of every 100 pushes to have a misfire or not fire is not too big a deal to me. So I just wanted to show what the buttons do real quick. This right button over here, which is your left button, you hold it for 3 seconds and it'll give you the voltage remaining on your battery. The left button, you hold it for 3 seconds, and that'll tell you your ohms. You hold either the left or the right button for 10 seconds, which I'm not going to do, and that'll switch it from number 1 or number 2. Number 1 is average, which will give you a real funky taste, and it works like crap. You hold it again, and you switch. When it first comes, it'll be set to number 1. When you first get your Vamo, you want to hold that button for 10 seconds till it clicks to number 2 on the screen. It'll say number 2, and then that'll set you to RMS, which is going to let you use all your functions normally. It's not going to do any averages, and that's what you want. That's what I wanted to tell people about real quick, a quick instruction guide. Very pleased with it, and if you hold both buttons together, you get into wattage. Hold it for a little bit and it'll switch to wattage instead of voltage. Let's take a drag. My new drip tip, pretty sweet, with my mini Pro Tank clone, and of course the Vamo itself. And this is with the 18650 battery on it. And I've noticed I belch a lot more since I started vaping. Grim Green belches a lot too. I think there's something up with the juices. Definitely getting nice clouds of vapor. I got it set at 4.6 on a 2.6 coil, and very happy with the Vamo. So I just wanted to say that for $37, it's not a bad setup. I do notice that I burn through juice 3 times quicker than I do with an Ego Twist, and an Ego Twist is about 2 times quicker burning up juice than my V2 cigarettes. So the bigger the mod, the quicker the juice will burn. Is what I'm finding out anyway on my own test results. My V2, I fill up 2 Liquid Max blanks a day. That's 2 mils, and that's all I go through. With my Ego Twist, I go through about half a tank on a 3 mil tank to a full tank a day, and with this, I'm constantly filling. I'll go through 2, 4, up to 6 mils a day at most with the Vamo. So I haven't tried it in its shorty mode yet. I've got the 18350s, and I will be doing that, but I just wanted to let people know what the technicals were, because yesterday's video was just short and sweet. I'm trying to do shorter videos and just get the information out there so you know that the RDA Mini is junk, that the X9 clone has problems. If you tighten it all the way down, you won't be able to get a drag off of it, and I'm not very satisfied with it, and that the Pro Tank Mini with the glass is very good, and that the Pro Tank regular works wonderful with it. And this top piece does not unscrew. Back to the Vamo. This top piece does not unscrew. So once again, with the RDA Mini, all that stuff that drips in there, it's nearly impossible to clean out once it drips in there. I had stuff dripping down the sides with that Mini, because you can't just unscrew it once you screw it on. It wants to pop from the O-rings. So pretty satisfied with the Vamo. I noticed that when I have it set to 4.5 volts. When I used to set 4.8 volts on my Ego Twist, that was just enough to give me an okay drag. But now I can do 4.5 volts. If I move up to 5 to 5.2 on the same things that I used to use my Ego Twist at 4.8, they'll be burnt. So that doesn't make sense to me because my Ego Twist was tested on a meter and it was putting out 4.8 volts. This at 4.8 volts to 5.2 on a 2.6 ohm coil or so can give you a burnt taste sometimes, depending on the juice, I guess. So that's pretty much it. Hope some of that helped. And vape on, vape strong. Be careful when you vape in public. I've noticed I did it in a cab last week, and the cab driver yelled at me, told me not to do that in his cab. And I said, it's legal. He said, not in Duluth. And Duluth is like a 5-hour ride from us. So I don't know what that meant, but I think he's trying to say that not everywhere is it legal, and I don't want it. He said he could smell the smoke, and he did not want to smell it. So people are afraid of what they don't know. And despite the fact it's PG, vegetable glycerin, propylene glycerol, nicotine, and some sweetener. I mean, it's pretty much simple ingredients. People are still, I think, they feel safer around a cigarette. Because cab drivers have let me smoke cigarettes in their cabs, but they won't let me vape. So that's how stupid people are, plain and to the point. And until there's more medical stuff out there, who can argue? You know, I mean, what are you going to say? So you just abide by what people allow you to do. We are a flow society. What's admittable? Girls could wear thongs on the beach, but gosh forbid you wore one going into the supermarket, you know? I mean, it's all what's accepted in society. So, okay, so the Vamo seems to work pretty good. I'm going to have an SVD next week. That'll be showing up. And I'm getting a whole bunch of e-juice from Fast Tech. So I'll be able to give you some Hangson and some other names that Fast Tech carries and tell you how their juices are compared to Aqua Vapors juicers, Mount Baker juices. Mount Baker juice is awful. I don't know how anybody could vape that crap. It is crap. I buy supplies from Mount Baker. They have super fast shipping. They have great customer service. They gave me a full refund on my juices as a store credit. And I bought batteries and an IntelliCharger 4. And I was happy with that I didn't get screwed out of $50 for juice that just sits on my shelf. Every once in a while I'll vape the chocolate, and I have to force that down. It's like, okay, I'm vaping crap. So if you like Mount Baker, you're messed up. You got problems. You don't know what good juice is. If you don't like Mount Baker, thumbs up. Hell, Mount Baker sucks. So, alright, so this is on the Vamo, and the Vamo's a pretty nice little unit. It's solid. It's small. On camera, it comes across as big, and people are always like, oh, the Vamo's big. And to me, this thing's tiny. I mean, it's like holding two 2.5 AA batteries, or maybe a little bit bigger than that, but stacked up on each other. And it's really not a big mod. It's heavy, though. It weighs a good pound. It's a solid weight in your hand. If you're really tired, you can feel that weight dragging you down just a little bit. And I noticed I switched from smoking lefty to smoking righty. I am a righty. I do some stuff lefty, but I used to be ambidextrous. And I noticed that since I got the mod, since the weight difference I think it is, and the way my thumb places on it, I just like smoking righty better with the mod. And here's one for you. Have you noticed that people that smoke e-cigarettes always have their e-cigarette in their hand? So I think there's something to do with how much nicotine people are getting, that they're feeding themselves this drug constantly throughout whatever period that they're awake, and that they're getting a lot more nicotine maybe than they would have normally from just having a quick cigarette and then waiting a half hour and having another cigarette. Now I want a cigarette. I do fine unless I talk about it, right? So, alright, this was just a quick Vamo review. It's a really sharp looking item. The stainless steel is the way to go. the black coats, the gunmetal. I was going to get a V3, but I didn't like all those stupid looking swirls on it. I thought that was kind of dumb. And the Vamo just has a nice look to it. My computer's freezing up, so okay, piece of crap. So that was just a quick video on the Vamo. Thanks. Happy vaping.